I'm National Weather Service Phoenix meteorologist Jared Heil with a forecast update for you as we're looking toward a chance of a little bit of rain across parts of the state for this upcoming weekend. Now, right now, just some high clouds passing through. They're thickening up, but it's still enough sunshine on our Thursday to reach 73 degrees in Phoenix. A nice start for sure to December, especially if you like mild temperatures and you're seeing all of the winter weather that's not too far away from us. Let's talk about that for a second, some of this winter weather that's ongoing across parts of the west. This is an atmospheric river event. A lot of moisture coming in off the Pacific into sections of California tonight. That's that shade of green and white on the water vapor imagery. And as it hits the mountains, the air has nowhere to go but up. It rises, condenses, and then falls, of course, as snow in that part of the country in the very high terrain. So here are all the weather alerts that are in effect right now. Notice we have winter storm warnings in pink: California, Utah, Nevada, sections of Wyoming, Colorado, Idaho, Montana. You can name the states there. Just a lot of real estate covered with where heavy snow is going to be an issue. And winter weather advisories in purple. For us, a few wind advisories up along the rim. That's just about it. We are just too far south to see the real big-time impacts, the hazardous conditions from this particular system. But take a look, a couple of moisture feeds that we're tracking here. The main one to our northwest, that's not going to affect us. But the one farther south could affect parts of the state as we head toward the upcoming weekend. And take a look here. This is our latest forecast of potential rainfall from this system. Now on the map, that's the most likely rainfall amounts. In blue, parts of Pinal, Gila, Pima counties, ½ inch to an inch, locally more of rainfall. That's the current forecast. But notice how that gradient, rain really falls off in coverage and intensity the farther northwest you travel. So Phoenix kind of right on the edge, which makes the forecast difficult for your weekend planning. Notice there, Phoenix, the peak 12-hour rain chance coming late Saturday night around 30%. That's up to 50% in Globe, but you folks on the Colorado Valley are not going to see hardly any rain, if any at all, from this system. Looks pretty dry out into southeast California and far western sections of Arizona from this particular system. So to give you some vantage point of the struggle here with the models, this is taking in 100 different models that we take a look at. And we're going to show you kind of the extremes of what could potentially happen from this weather system. Now this is the low end. This is the 10th percentile. So what we're looking at here would be the lowest reasonable rainfall amount from this system. And if this happens, much of southeast Arizona is going to be disappointed because this would be, trace amounts up to locally 1/10 of an inch for even places like Tucson and areas northeast of there, where we're currently forecasting ½ an inch or more. So this is the low end. This is the middle of the road approach, very close to our official forecast. Notice Phoenix is still on the edge, the very western edge of the rainfall pattern. But those totals do pick up the farther southeast you go. And then we have the highest reasonable outcome. This is the 90th percentile. So a 10% chance that we would see this much rain. Most likely, it's going to be less than this, right? So if you were to kind of go for the highest outcome, it would be, up to 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch across parts of Phoenix and eastern Maricopa County, and over an inch of rain for much of Pinal and Pima and Gila counties. Want to stress, this would be the highest outcome and not our current forecast, but just goes to show you the range of outcomes amongst our forecast models this evening that makes really that Phoenix area forecast in terms of how much rain, if we get rain, very difficult because we're right on the edge of where that rain is likely to fall. So we'll keep you posted on that over the next couple of days. In the meantime, our temperature trends pretty much holding with low 70s through the weekend, especially if we don't see rain. If we see the steadier rain in Phoenix, those temps would be cooler. And then by the time we head toward the middle of next week, it cools back into the 60s, and that would be near to below normal for the time of year. And that may hold with the 2-week trends here for December 9th through the 15th. Drier than normal and slightly cooler than normal temperatures expected. Thanks for stopping by here for this video forecast update. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night and a great weekend.